Greetings, my movie ghouls, and welcome back to our day 5 of 31 Nights of Fright, our Halloween countdown of movie reviews. Mostly horror, sometimes action adventure, but mostly horror. Tonight, we watched Dog Soldiers. Okay, horror fans, I haven't done this a lot. Let's talk werewolves. Not the sparkly kind, not the ones who are tragic, romantic kind. I'm talking about claws out, guts spilling, pack of hunting monsters. Today, we're diving into one of the most underrated horror gems of the 2000s, Dog Soldiers, a gnarly, blood-soaked British horror action hybrid that punches way past its low budget. If you like practical effects, military banter, and werewolves that actually feel dangerous, this one is right up your street. Let's get into it. Dog Soldiers kicks off with a simple but killer premise. A squad of British soldiers is dropped off into the remote Scottish Highlands for a routine training exercise. No live rounds, no enemies, just a weekend of running drills in the dark. But everything goes sideways fast. They stumble upon the remains of a special forces team torn to pieces. The only survivor is badly wounded and incoherent. Something out there hunted them down, and it's not human. Before long, our soldiers are under a full attack from a pack of towering, relentless werewolves. With no comms, no backup, and limited ammo, they retreat to an isolated farmhouse, and from there, it becomes a full-on siege. It's Assault on Precinct 13 meets The Howling, but with a distinctly British edge. What makes Dog Soldiers stand out is how much you care about these characters. Kevin McKidd plays Cooper, a sharp, reliable soldier with a strong moral compass. Right from the start, we see him refuse to shoot a dog during the Special Forces test, a small moment that tells us a lot about who he is. Then,
shoot it! No, sir!
What use are you to my team if you can't even kill a dog?
I didn't say I couldn't kill a dog, sir. I just will not kill that dog for no reason.
there's Sergeant Wells, played by the legendary Sean Pertwee, Doctor Who's son. He's tough, loyal, and absolutely hilarious when he needs to be. His dynamic with the rest of the team is one of the film's biggest strengths. There's real camaraderie here, and not the usual horror movie cannon fodder setup. The banter is sharp, grounded, and often surprisingly funny, even in the face of death. These guys feel like real soldiers, not action movie stereotypes. Let's talk monsters. These werewolves are awesome. Forget CGI. Dog Soldiers goes full practical using actors in suits, clever lighting, and smart cinematography to keep the creatures menacing. And this is what Hollywood needs to remember. They're tall, lean, with elongated limbs and snarling wolf heads. More mythic than monstrous. And director Neil Marshall does something brilliant here. He doesn't overexpose the creatures. He lets the shadows do the work. That's not just budget smart, it's horror smart. And speaking of budget, this movie was made for about £2 million. That's basically the catering budget for a Marvel movie. But it looks fantastic, thanks to tight editing, creative gore, and great use of location. The farmhouse siege, total nail-biter. Blood, fire, walls caving in. It's claustrophobic and intense in the best ways. What Dog Soldiers nails beyond the action and horror is its tone. It balances 3 genres, action, horror, and dark comedy, without ever feeling messy. At its core, this is a story about survival. No one's waiting to be rescued. There's no silver bullets, no ancient werewolf lore, just regular guys trying to stay alive against impossible odds. It also is a bit of a metaphor for combat isolation. Fear the monster at the edge of the woods, but it never gets preachy or over-intellectual. And that's the beauty of it. Dog Soldiers knows exactly what kind of movie it is. It's not trying to reinvent horror. It's here to entertain you. And it absolutely delivers on this promise. You might be wondering, where does Dog Soldiers sit in werewolf canon? For me, it's right up there with An American Werewolf in London, The Howling, and Ginger Snaps. It doesn't have the dark comedy of American Werewolf or the psychodrama of Ginger Snaps, but what it brings to the table is energy. It's relentless, scrappy, and genuinely thrilling. Neil Marshall, he'd go on to direct The Descent, another banger, which I reviewed a few years ago, and episodes of Game of Thrones. But Dog Soldiers is where his style really emerged. Tight pacing, gruesome effects, and characters you actually root for. It also became a cult classic, especially among horror fans who appreciate practical effects and old school creature features. Still, there's no sequel, and honestly, I think that's for the best. Let's face it, there's too many sequels that ruin the original. Well, it doesn't ruin the original, but you know what I mean. My final verdict of this is Dog Soldiers is a lean, mean werewolf machine. It's got character, carnage, and charisma, all packed into 105 minutes of pure genre fun. Is it perfect? No. The budget shows in places, the plot is thin, and some of the action is a bit chaotic. But when the film has this much heart, this much grit, and this many practical werewolves, you forgive the rough edges. So my score for this is 4 out of 4 pumpkins. An absolute must-watch for horror fans, creature feature junkies, or anyone tired of those overused CGI monsters that look like the final boss in a video game. Watch it, rewatch it, and show it to your friends. Just don't go in the woods. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, subscribe for more horror deep dives, and drop your favorite werewolf movie in the comments below. I expect to see Dog Soldiers there. I'll catch you next time for day 6 of our 31 Nights of Fright Halloween countdown. And now, you know movies. Don't know what that was, but I liked it.